Yeah, super pretty.
Okay. Okay, start! You start first.
Okay, cut. And action.
Okay. Hi, my name is Emi. No, it's so awkward! Hi, my name is Emi. You might know me from my Instagram, Stay Fit and Travel. This is my first YouTube video, so my boyfriend Chad is here for moral support. What were you doing just now?
You couldn't see on the screen?
I didn't!
Oh, I was being pretty.
So I can't use this?
No.
No, we need to take it seriously.
Yeah.
We need to. Today I want to talk about our BBG journey.
Bikini Body Guide by Kayla, it seems.
So I said our because I actually didn't do it alone. Chad also did it for
8 weeks.
So I found the guide online because I just started using Instagram back then, and I saw a lot of girls posting transformation photos and they were really impressive, and I was like, maybe I could do that as well. Maybe one day I could have abs as well. Okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? It's filming! So fast forward 2 years later, I'm still so thankful for the guide even though I no longer do it. There were many ups and downs. I went through bulimia, I went through phases where I completely gave up on this whole fitness thing, but at the end of the day, I'm in a really good place now, and the guide is what got me into fitness in the first place. So prior to the guide, I have no experience or even basic knowledge of fitness. I would go to the gym like once or twice a year, and most of the time I don't even know what to do there. I would only go to the treadmill because it's the only machine I know how to use, and the gym was so intimidating to me because when I went, I would feel out of place and feel weak. And I couldn't even do like push-up or a sit-up, and I didn't even know what a squat was. Lifestyle-wise, I was known as a party girl back in college. I would literally drink 3 times a week, and every time I would drink until I pass out, black out, and my lifestyle was a complete mess. I didn't really care about my body. Health was something that never even crossed my mind. I actually ended up having a minor operation back in 2013, and that's when I realized my health had really hit rock bottom and I needed to do something about it. For once in my life, I wanted to feel strong and healthy, and I want to look good like all those girls on Kayla's Instagram page with nice abs and not having to suck in my stomach every time when I'm on the beach. So for those of you who have never done the guide itself is a 12-week program, and it's designed for girls, so it's not for Chad even though he insists to do it. There are the workout parts and the nutrition part. So right now the guide has transformed into the Sweat with Kayla app, but back then 2 years ago when I was doing it, I was still using the ebook. I actually printed it all out. You can even see my notes here. So I got both ebooks 1.0 and 2.0. The first one covering week 1 to 12 and the second one covering weeks 13 to 24. So in total there are actually 6 months. So each week there are 3 resistance workouts: arms, legs, abs, a mix of everything, whole body workout. And the best thing is that they're all under 30 minutes and you can really do them anywhere. So on top of that, the guide also suggested additional cardio exercises in the form of LIST and HIIT. LIST is low intensity steady state and HIIT is the high intensity interval training. The intensity and frequency of the guide increase as you progress. So there are also stretching and foam rolling parts in the guide that I myself actually completely skipped, even though Chad bought me a foam roller after I got this guide, because I hated stretching. I found it really boring, but this is not good. Do not repeat my mistake. Stretching is super important to help you recover and to prevent injuries. So if you're doing all these intense exercises, you need to stretch it out. I would say the whole workout guide is very cardio based. Even with the resistance workouts, they're of lightweight, high reps, and there are a lot of jumping movements. And with the additional cardio training, it's the reason why you see a lot of girls getting lean and losing weight. As for the nutrition guide, it breaks down for you what kind of healthy food you should be eating, how frequent you should be eating, and how many calories you should be consuming in order to lose weight. So as the guide suggested, I also did my transformation photos every 4 weeks, and I would put them onto Instagram. So when I first started, I was really excited to see the progress, so I followed the guide very strictly. I quit drinking alcohol completely even though I just started a job in wine and spirit industry back then. I would wake up at 5 a.m. every morning to prepare my clean food, take photos of them, upload them onto Instagram. So I did all the workouts suggested in the guide, even though they were extremely difficult for me back then as a beginner, and I honestly felt like I wanted to die every single time after a workout. I'm not exaggerating. As someone who had never really exercised before, even the simple movements were difficult for me. For example, push-ups, sit-ups, burpees, commando. So there's a description of each movement in the guide, teaching you how to do them. I would read the description of these movements again and again to see if I was doing them right, even though most of the time I was still not sure. I did most of my workouts in the gym, and I remember feeling not very comfortable back then because I would feel like people were staring at me, thinking what's this girl doing, judging me that my movements or forms were wrong. And I know that some of the BBG girls also feel the same way when they first started, but trust me, it does get better. I remember after a few months I didn't really care anymore. It was at this time that I started to engage more with the online BBG community, and I felt really happy that I had the support system and all these girls just cheering each other on and sharing their journey with each other. And I felt like I was not alone. You kind of look bored!
I'm not bored, I'm not happy.
This was probably the most difficult phase of my fitness journey because I was literally driving myself insane. On social media, I felt the pressure to be competitive because a lot of girls made it a goal for the transformation photo to be featured on Kayla's Instagram. And it's the ultimate affirmation that your progress is good enough. So I was one of those girls. I felt like if my photo is not featured, does that mean I don't have enough abs? My progress is not good enough? What can I do better? Should I work out more? Should I eat less? I'll do whatever it takes, right? That's when I started to compare my results with others, and I got really frustrated. I would see girls achieving amazing results with defined abs and all that by week 8. I would look at my tummy and wonder like, why it's still there. I get so desperate to see results that I would have to use the word obsession. I was obsessed with 100% clean eating. I even added extra cardio than the ones that the guy suggested. So I end up doing I think 4 to 6 cardio sessions a week. So with my full-time job, I would go to the gym to do my resistance training in the morning at 5 a.m. And then during lunch, I would still be in my office dress. I would put on my sports shoes and I would do the power walking in the mall where my office was at. I would always say no to my colleagues who want to eat lunch together because in my mind back then, the only thing I want is to speed up the progress so I can be on Kayla's Instagram page. So when I do eat out, no matter who it was with my boyfriend, parents, or even with my bosses, I would refuse to eat anything that's unhealthy, and I would normally just sit there and drink water. I became this crazy person that even if there's some sauce on a piece of chicken, I would have to order a bowl of hot water to wash it off. So you can imagine that at this point, I no longer really enjoyed my fitness journey. I was so obsessed with clean eating that even a bite of not as healthy food would make me feel like, oh, that affects my progress. So that's when I started to have a slight bulimia problem. Whenever I feel like I eat a bit more than I should, or I eat something that's not as healthy, I would feel so guilty that I have to run into the toilet, put a finger down my throat, and make myself throw up. Looking at my pictures, I felt like I did get the progress that I wanted so badly, but back then for me it was still not enough. This whole fitness thing started to consume my life, and it became the only thing I did apart from my job. Even at my job, that's what I was thinking about. I completely neglected my social life, my friends, my boyfriend, my parents. Looking back, I would actually say that was the most stressful and unhealthy phase in my fitness journey. I have to make it clear here that this is not the fault of the guide. It was all me myself. I let it get into my head. I was way too obsessed. I was finally done with my first guide. I had a certain realization that I could not continue my lifestyle like that because it was not sustainable. The throwing up was really not good for my body, and even knowing that, I could not stop myself from doing it. And it's a very scary feeling when you felt like you lost control of your body and what you did. There was this moment that I finally snapped out of it and knew that I had to put an end to this crazy obsession phase with fitness and nutrition. Started to adjust to a more relaxed diet and fitness plan, and I allowed myself some cheat meals here and there. But it was actually really hard at first. Like I had to force myself to have a cheat meal because I knew I needed it, or else I would continue with this crazy phase where I would never eat anything that's a bit more oily or anything that's not a salad and chicken breast. Having said that, I was very happy with my transformation progress when I look at the pictures, so I decided to purchase the second guide. Oh, you're disturbing me! What was I saying? Continuing into weeks 13 to 24, I was less crazy with my diets, I allowed myself more cheat meals, I also decreased the number of cardio sessions that I would do every week. I think in the end, I was only doing 1 list and 1 HIIT per week on top of my resistance training. And my life definitely got more balanced. I went out to eat more with my friends, with my family. I was just reminded how important food is to me in life. I would always be a huge foodie. All in all, I feel like my fitness journey got a lot more balanced in terms of workouts and food. At the end of week 24, I was so happy. Looking back at my 6-month progress, I started from 0, and even though I went through a dark period in this journey, I'm still really glad I did it. It gave me sort of an introduction into fitness, health, nutrition, and it is a very useful tool, but honestly how your experience will be really depends on how you use this tool. After week 24, I continued to do the guide for a couple more months on and off, but honestly for me, I started to feel a bit bored because basically just keep repeating the 24 weeks of exercises again and again, right? And for me, it started to get repetitive, and I'm not really a cardio person either. And I guess I wanted to find an exercise where I wouldn't dread it every single time, and that I would find it exciting and I would enjoy the whole process. So it's really about finding what's for you. Like, everyone is different. Maybe dancing, swimming, or rugby is your thing. And I know that there are some BB3 girls that they have been doing the same guide for 3 years and they still love it. So the key is to find your thing. I myself started to explore more options, and I realized that now that I got to know more about fitness, there are just so many goals, so many new things that I want to try. For example, I wanted to lift more weights, I wanted to try pole dancing, which I did for 1 year. I wanted to be more flexible. I also did yoga for a bit and realizing it's not my thing either. So currently I'm doing CrossFit. I've been doing it for a year. I love it. Well, but like I said, I'm so glad I did the guide. It really got me into fitness, and now it's become such a big part of my life. So to summarize, a few things to know. The first one, like everything in life, don't get too obsessed. As much as you want immediate results, you're not gonna get it overnight. So don't get too obsessed. It's a tool there to help you to get to a healthier lifestyle. And what I did was not healthy. The second one, it's really okay to have cheat meals here and there, or if you're busy that week, you have to skip a workout, it's fine. Your abs are not going away. You're not gonna gain a few more pounds because of that. So don't be too harsh on yourself. Life is too short, so you have to enjoy whatever you're doing. Third one, if you've never done some of the movements before, I would suggest you to go online, maybe go onto YouTube, look at some demo videos before you start doing it, because the description might not be enough sometimes, and making sure that you have a correct form and posture is extremely important to prevent injuries. Fourth and the last one, do not neglect stretching and foam rolling like I did. Again, it helps prevent injuries and it really helps you to recover.
It's great, isn't it? We are YouTube stars.
We're not! We're not!
Gotta introduce me.
Okay. Don't touch my phone. Say hi to my dog, Bobo. Say hi. I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. So that's it for my first video. Hope you enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions. You can leave it down there in the comments. Subscribe to my channel if you want. There will be more videos to come.